Possession there. And the shot coming in just wide. Sparta's been a busy boy so far.
So very cagey opening in this game.
It's coming up to 3 minutes gone in this first period. Keep your tweets coming in incidentally. Hashtag Intercontinental Cup, one word. Hashtag Intercontinental Cup.
12 minutes if you've just arrived down here.
On that far side, Morosino, policed by Legisa.
Level after those 3 periods, we go to extra time.
Thanks for all your tweets.
That's what happened in the last game. A memorable win for Iran.
Bruno Xavier with a blazing shot there, but that's well over the top. He actually scored the winning penalty for Corinthians in Sunday's final of the Mundialito. 10 goals as well in the World Cup of 2013 in Tahiti. 2 hat-tricks against Iran and Senegal. It's going to be a free kick here for Brazil. It's going to be Buru who will take it. Oldest player in this squad, Buru. "37 years young. She played in the World Cup in 2007 and 2008 alongside coach Junior Nagao. Gets the shot in, that's good save by Spada. Never easy for a goalkeeper in those circumstances with the ball drilled low. And the overhead coming in there from Datina, and that's comfortable enough for Spada. Time out there. The ball boy trying to return the ball and actually hit the referee. Marinai with the throw. Still in there. Eventually Buru comes away with it towards this near side. Finds Datina, and just for once his touch lets him down. Slices the ball off the outside of his foot. And that was a bit too casual from Plantania. He headed the ball back to his keeper, but what he didn't realise, he was actually in the penalty area, and you can't do that. If the ball's passed out of the penalty area, or attempted to do so by the goalkeeper, he's got to actually get it out of the penalty area. He can't pass to one of his own players inside the area. That's exactly what he did. Plantania was absolutely certain that he was outside the area, but there was no need really to take that risk. He was too close. So it's a free kick then to Brazil, and it's Bruno Xavier who will take it. Bruno Xavier, one of 2 players in this squad who also played in the Samsung Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup 2011. Drives it in, and Spada knocked off his feet by the power of that one. But still, he manages to stop it. Sydney taking too long over that corner kick. You've got to get it back into play within 5 seconds. That's the magic of beach soccer. No scope for time wasting. Marinai dispossessed by Buru. Sam Harrop tweeting in. He's enjoying beach soccer. Gonna have to watch this more often, he says. Good to hear that, Sam. And Mayor Jane Stiles has tweeted in from Coatbridge in Scotland. Well done to Iran for beating the champs. The 2-time Samsung Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup winners, Russia, current world champions. And they've been turned over by Iran in spectacular fashion. 2-2 at the end of normal time, 2-2 at the end of extra time. It went to penalties, and Iran won. And after the first game we had today, Switzerland against Mexico, that also went to extra time. Switzerland winning 6-5 after being 4-1 down after the first period. That's how things can turn around in beach soccer. Still we await the first goal in this one. Picked up on that far side by Gabriel Agori. He's dispossessed by Buru. Buru with the shot, and Marinai does really well there to get back and get the defensive header in, concedes the corner. Little Simone Marinai. Chested down there by Datina. Sydney trying to set him up. And in the end, it was Bruno Xavier who got the shot across the face of goal. Spada, who's been a busy boy so far, in goal for Italy, makes the stop. Jordan King tweeting in, been watching beach soccer all afternoon. Not bored yet. Well, you'll never get bored watching beach soccer, Jordan, that's for sure. Keep your tweets coming in, hashtag Intercontinental Cup, one word. Gabriele Gori going off for a sit down. He's arrived here after scoring 6 goals for Milan in last week's Mundialito de Clubs, the Club World Cup in Rio de Janeiro. Ball bowled long. Another player who's involved there, Diogo Cartarino. He also played for Milan in that tournament, the number 3 for Brazil. Shot coming in there from Spada. It's just kissed off the top of the crossbar. Spada, who actually scored against Spain in the 2013 Mundialito tournament, and that was against Spain, Portugal and Japan. 4-way tournament that took place in Portugal in July. Italy were the hosts of the World Cup in 2011, but they didn't qualify for the tournament that's just taken place in 2013. The qualifier for that was in Moscow, the European qualifier, and that took place in July 2012, and they went out in the round of 16 there. In the group stages they beat Bulgaria and Israel as well as Hungary, but in the round of 16 they lost to Spain by 6 goals to 2. They scored the first, but then conceded 6 in a row. Spain went on to win that tournament, beating Russia in the final. Picked up now by Franetti. Pushes the ball towards the corner flag. Paolo Palmacci and Gori, you would expect those two to be the main supplier of goals for Italy in this tournament. It's the first time they've taken part in the Samsung Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup. Shot comes in across the face of goal. That's wide. Spada diving across to try and save it. As I mentioned earlier, when that match between Iran and Russia was taking place, when we had a goalless period, the second period of that match. Goalless periods not all that common in beach soccer. We only had 3 in Samsung Beach Soccer Intercontinental Cup in 2011. That was in 16 matches, and we only had 2 of them last year, again in 16 matches. So 16 matches, 48 periods of normal time. So if you do the maths there, 96 periods in total over those 2 years of competition, and just 5 times we didn't get a goal in a 12-minute period. That's how much entertainment you get in beach soccer. Generally there's an attempt on goal every 30 seconds. We average between 7 and 8 goals a game. Last year in this competition we averaged over 9 goals a game, 150 goals in 16 matches. What are we going to get this year? Palmacci coming forward, gets the shot in, wide of the target, no problems there for Cecina, the 30-year-old who played for Vasco da Gama in the recent Mundialito de Clubs. Gets the shot in, and that's a good save in the end by Spada, because
off the 38-year-old and into the back of the net. There's Salah at the other end. Oh, he got a little nudge there, did he, from Samela? He did. It's a penalty. He knows this is a huge moment for his nation. Here comes Abu Treka and calmly gets Egypt back in the tie. Their record goal scorer with his 38th strike for his country. It's an inviting one. Oh, and their two-goal advantage is restored. Akaminko, the central defender, up against Gomar. Spectacular effort. Oh, and it's headed in by Jean. He's got his second and Ghana's fourth. Oh, that's a mistake by Hossam Ghali. Waris. Oh, the goalkeeper had to get there. He didn't. It's a penalty to Ghana, and it's a yellow card for the replacement goalkeeper, El Shenawi.
Definitely a penalty.
Suleiman Tari for Ghana. 5-1 in the first leg.
Keep calm, composed, give the keeper the eyes. Very good penalty.
Badu has found Atsu. Could it get worse? Good strike, it has! A 21-year-old with his fourth international goal. 6-1 Ghana. And that is the commanding position that Ghana are in. Cairo was expecting this to be far closer, but really at the forefront of Egyptian minds is pride, as they play their first qualifier in front of their own supporters in over 2 years. That, of course, after the riots of Port Said and the changing of the president. Bob Bradley expects this to be his final game in charge of Egypt, and he has asked for pride to be restored. Just as the first game, Fabrice Mwamba is watching with me. We couldn't believe the events and how they unfolded in Kumasi. Is pride just the only target for Egypt today?
I think it's fair to say that right now it's just about playing for the pride, because they look very strong going forward, and they played a good football. They've got experience with them, so you expect them to rise to the big challenge here tonight, and hopefully they can go through to Brazil, which will be excitement for the Ghanaian national team.
Perhaps not surprisingly, Bob Bradley has rung the changes from that first game. 6 of them in all, including a change of goalkeeper and the recall of the former Wigan once Hull striker Amir Zaki up front for Egypt. Just one change to the winning team for Ghana in the back after a suspension. But it is the team totally and utterly in command of this World Cup playoff. Ghana, who get us underway. A result beyond their wildest dreams in their own country 35 days ago. Looking to become just the 4th ever African nation to reach 3 successive World Cup finals. That is put out of play by Apari. How important is the start here for Egypt?
I think it's important for them to come out the block very sharp and try to put pressure on the Ghanaian young back four, and hopefully they can try to break through them back. As I said before, the Ghanaians have good experience going forward, and then hopefully they can just stay compact at the back and keep a clean sheet, which will be good for them.
That didn't reach Jan, the former Sunderland striker, who of course scored twice in the first leg. There's the first effort to test Dowda, and it came from Amir Zaki on his recall to the Egyptian starting 11.
It's good to see Amir starting the game again, obviously a former Premier League player, which would be good to see him get back in the spotlight for the Egyptian. He's one of a key player for the national side.
4 seasons ago, he scored 10 Premier League goals for Steve Bruce at Wigan. He had a brief loan spell back at Hull under Phil Brown. In fact, one of the problems at Wigan was his late return, and sometimes very late return, from playing for Egypt.
I'm sure this is many manager will tell you this, to get those kind of problems with an African player when they go away for the national side. They tend to take extra break when they don't need to. I will come back for the team and to get ready for the weekend game.
It's a free kick to Ghana. Concentration all important early on for Egypt here. It is Milan's Suleiman Tari, former Premier League player as well, of course, who is going to take it. It's aimed towards Apari. It's come back to Montari. Abu Treka with the challenge. Offside flag was up. There's the man who wants nothing to go wrong tonight and calmly lead his nation to Brazil, Kwesi Appiah.
I think Kwesi Appiah did a great job. Is that the Ghanaian just not been lucky regarding any cup, African Nation Cup, and now in a bigger stage of World Cup. But now I expect them to show the maturity, the likes of Montari, Essien, Asamoah Gyan to play a great game and lead the country to the World Cup.
Salah. Ahmed Fati, another man who's played in England there, the Egyptian right back, formerly of Sheffield United and indeed Hull last season. And there is Fati making that challenge. Hossam Ghali, former Spurs and Derby midfielder who's captaining Egypt tonight. He was fouled there. The 31-year-old.
I think the Egyptian will look in the lights of Hossam Ghali to lead the team forward and to show his experience. Playing in the Premier League, you expect him to lead the team, and hopefully they can try to get a result as soon as possible and score a goal. And
Andre Ayew of Marseille. And the ball forward for Ghana. Bob Bradley did say that he hoped the place in Brazil would give a divided nation something to cheer. He hasn't had his dream script at all in the first 90 minutes, trying to give them at least a smile on their faces at the end of tonight. It's a foul on Asamoah, the Juventus player. Free kick to Ghana.
very clever play by Asamoah to use his body to get a free kick. I think the Egyptian right now, they just want to put as much pressure as possible to the ball and trying to win the ball quickly to attack the Ghanaian.
Montari preparing to deliver this. It's a deeper one and it's a poor one. Comfortably taken by Ekrami. Affle with the improvisation. He missed the first leg through suspension, the 27-year-old who plays his football in Turkey. Can't imagine even players of this experience in a two-legged affair ever been in such a commanding position too often in their careers as far as Ghana are concerned, Fabrice, but we'll come back to that in a moment because this is a promising run, and that was a let-off for Egypt. Across came Naguib to do just enough here to put off Samela.
Great run back, Samela shows so much positivity running with the ball. Fantastic block. Just inches away from the goal.
Here's Salah for Egypt. Cut out by Apari. In from Hossam Ghali. There's a use of the hand there by Karaba, the teenager, who's been given just his third cap today by Bob Bradley. He's asked for a response and he's changed over half his team.
No, it's fair to say, you know, the Egyptian being a home side, you expect them to get a lot of possession and they're trying to create chances, but I think the damage was already made 35 days ago. Now it's about trying to see it through, and hopefully the guy there will just do a good job and take them to the World Cup.
Bob Bradley, of course, has had all kinds of problems that he didn't anticipate since being tasked with the challenge of taking Egypt to the World Cup. It's a wild effort from Ayew, not least of which the suspension of the domestic Egyptian league. He's that Egypt are restricting their players to staying in their own country.
I think it is fair to say that, you know, if you look at the national side of Egypt, that most of the players are based in Egypt. It's good in a sense, but also it's great that you have players to expand their knowledge on football when they're playing in Europe and different leagues, which bring different knowledge, different quality to the national side, which is also good for the national team. It can only make an improvement to the team.
Fatih. Cleverly done by Kinawi. Harmlessly into the arms of Dowda in the Ghana goal in the end. There's his football in South Africa for the Orlando Pirates, the 28-year-old Ghana goalkeeper. He was rarely troubled in the first leg. Salah. Fatih. Blocked by Muntari. Came back to Ahmed Fatih. Abu Treka, who in all probability is playing his last international game today. Zaki foul. Free kick to Egypt.
So far the Egyptians have got a lot of possession of the ball right in the middle of the park and tried to pass it through the Ghanaian defence, but so far it's been a stop and start. Hopefully the game will go through a fluency and let everybody enjoy the time.
Well, an only goal or two for Egypt might just get the locals believing in that minor miracle. Dowda organising his wall. Mohamed Abu Treka, man who got the consolation from the penalty spot in the first leg. He's the man behind it. Hard and low, but not on target. 5 goals in 6 games in the qualifiers. Added to that the goal 35 days ago.
Whenever a player taking a free kick, the most important thing is to hit the target, make the keeper work. And that, to me, it's like a waste of free kick, really, because they need to score a goal as soon as possible to give them a chance to get back in the game.
On his 100th cap 2 months ago against Guinea, Abu Treka is going to leave a big hole in the Egyptian team. Here's Karaba looking for Zaki. Managed to keep it in. The cross was too close to the goalkeeper though.
Not enough body in the box as well for Egyptian.
Harrison Affle is the man down here after this challenge with his own player. He's already lost the playoff, Bob Bradley, to the Central African Republic. That was when Egypt surprised out on a place in the African Cup of Nations, which was a huge blow and then forgiven. But of course, the World Cup was the ultimate prize. Not the position any member of the Egyptian squad expected to be in before a ball was kicked in this playoff.
No, not at all. As you can see from the picture we just shown, the body language now look pretty good.
been something of a nemesis to Bob Bradley, the team, of course, that knocked his USA side out in the last 16 of the last World Cup in South Africa. Asamoah, cleared by Naguib. Forward by Apari. This is Salah of Basel. He's gone for the return as well, and taking it beautifully in his stride. Abu Treka, key, useful ball. Nothing really Karaba could do with it. Got them off the Egyptian bench anyway.
Fantastic play by the Egyptian. 1 or 2 chop play. Move the ball from one end of the pitch to another end to create a good chance. But he just passed the ball too fast.
Dowder, the Ghana goalkeeper, is signalling he has a problem.
It's hard to say he's had a problem. That's a blatant dive. I wish he can see this replay himself.
And he's been the first choice goalkeeper since the African Cup of Nations tournament last January. Ghana actually only arrived in the country yesterday. They chose to prepare in Istanbul. As you can see, understandably very relaxed in the build-up.
Yeah, I think that was a good idea for them, in a sense where they want to be away from all kind of distraction and make the boys relax, and so they can get ready for this massive game. An opportunity for them to go to the World Cup in Brazil.
Dowder is okay, and he's retaken his position for this Egypt corner, which is headed away strongly by Samela. Salah. Free kick has gone Ghana's way.
The Ghana they don't need to be in a rush to take any free kick or any throw-in, because they got a massive lead from the first game. Clever play by Michael Essien. Very clever play.
Chelsea midfielder takes the free kick, looking for Ayew against Shadi Konawi. Lovely little touch from Muntari. Should point out as well that Kevin Prince Boateng of Schalke, who was injured for the first leg, available for this one. He's amongst the substitutes, such as the apparent strength and depth of Ghana.
Yeah, that's a great player to come up on the bench. It shows experience playing in AC Milan, Germany now, but it just shows that the Ghana have got a lot of quality in the squad, which is good to see. That's one thing the Egyptian lack. Somebody coming from the bench and can make a big difference, such as Chris Botenbock, Kevin, to come in and to make a massive impact.
Here's Abu Treka for Egypt. To Abdul Shafiq. Good header away by Apari. For Ghana, Essien beaten to it though by Hassam Ghali. This is Fati. Now a chance for Asamoah to bring it forward for Ghana. Muntari looking for the run of Samela. Early from Karaba, a little too early for the stride of Mohamed Salah. It's a former Ghana captain, Kwesi Appiah, This will be his proudest moment if he can complete the project to the World Cup finals. They've won so many fans, haven't they, over the 2 tournaments in which they've competed?
No, they've carried the front all the way through, which is good to see.
They were a little fortunate to get away with that clearance by the goalkeeper, Dauda.
He's a lucky boy, he is.
It's opposite number, Rami. Abu Treka, who has just helped Al Ahly to an 8th African Champions League victory. Like so many of these Egyptian players, who now have a corner. I'm behind by Adi.
I'm just very concerned with the Ghanaian back four. They're very young, inexperienced, never really playing this big stage of a game, and so if Egypt can pull a lot of pressure on the Ghanaian back four, they might, open the door in there, because they lack leadership in the back.
Well, that was aimed towards the goalkeeper, Dauda. He was adjudged to have been fouled as he punched that clear. He and Affle ended up in the back of the net. Good jump by Asamoah Gyan. Ayew. Sumaila. Zaki. Abdul Shafi for Egypt. Patient build-up down their left. Karaba, teenager who plays for Lucerne in Switzerland, winning just his 3rd cap today. Here he is again on the ball. Ghali, the captain. Shadid Kanawi was free to his right, but he couldn't find him. Here's Shan. Stopped in his tracks by Rabia. At the very least, the Egyptian supporters want to see today is commitment and organisation.
Yeah, they're showing passion. They can play it, they can pass the ball better than the last game.
Clipped forward by Fati. Only as far as Shadid Kanawi. Disappointing from his point of view, away by Ayew. Neither side able to hold on to the ball at the moment for a long enough period. Abu Treka dispossessing Asamoah. Abdul Shafi. And Fati with the challenge.
Fantastic. The Egyptians want every single second ball. They really, really want to make an impact on this game.
Here's Zaki. Looking for the run of Salah. Dauda quickly off his line in the Ghanaian goal.
Very brave from the goalkeeper. You want the goalkeeper to be demanding, to come in when they need to come in, and to show strength.
The Egyptian players must be appreciative of the deafening atmosphere as well, having played each and every one of their home qualifiers behind closed doors in this stadium.
Yeah, a lot happened in Egypt, but it's great that to get the fans back in and to support the country, which every player will tell you that the home support is always important. So it's good to have the Egyptian people in the stadium.
You can hear them now, trying to encourage their nation to restore some pride today. Abdul Shafi's cross. Abu Treka. Off Daniel Apari. Fati might have a shooting opportunity. It was deflected off Apari for an Egypt corner.
And again, the Egyptian is showing composure with the ball, pass and move and create chances. It's a great shot, just off target. Great block by Suleiman Tari.
Their all-time top scorer, Abu Treka, to deliver the corner. Goalkeeper made an early decision. It was a good one. Solid punch from Dowda. Back in from Konawi. This is Fatih. Ghali. Encouraging moments for Egypt. That could have been a worrying one if Sumaila had found that pass. Hossam Ghali. Oh, that was a teasing delivery. I'm not so sure Ayer was expecting the pass from his goalkeeper, but he got it in the end.
A very clever play by the goalkeeper, very brave of him.
Essien. A particularly sweet moment for Michael Essien, who was forced to miss the World Cup in South Africa because of a knee injury. He had 2 years away from the national team. He was persuaded back by Kwesi Appiah in August. Foul on Shadiq Konawi. It's a free kick to Egypt. Bob Bradley is kicking every ball down there, the Egyptian coach.
I don't think the Ghanaians are doing themselves any favour by committing fouls not far from the 6-yard ball, because they're bringing more pressure to the back four and more pressure to the goalkeeper, which might lead them to consider a goal, and they don't want to consider a goal right now because the Egyptians should have been on top of the game so far.
Ghana have everybody back to defend this set play. Once again, Abu Treka is the man to deliver this. Hossam Ghali telling him exactly where he wants it. And there it is! The first goal for Amir Zaki. They can't wait to get it back underway. 1-0 on the night. They've reduced the aggregate arrears to 6-2.
Great free kick. As I said before, they put a lot of pressure on the goalkeeper. Fantastic header by Amir Zaki. What the experienced player in the team. He showed power, commitment. He actually come off with his elbow. I don't think he knew where the ball was. But anyway, right now you can take as a goal because they really need to come back and show so much passion. Fantastic goal. You can see the celebration from Bob Bradley.
He knew, they knew, they had to score first for many, many reasons. And they've done exactly that through the former Wigan and Hull striker, Amir Zaki.
The Egyptians been the better side so far. They've showed composure, passed the ball, moved the ball better than Ghana.
Only 4 more to go without reply. And one of the greatest sporting comebacks would be complete.
In a game of football, anything can happen.
And listen to the injection of noise. We're on the Cairo International Stadium now, in the Egyptian capital. We've had so many days to stew over that thumping in Ghana. Out to prove a point today.
Exactly what the Egyptians need to score first. I think this will give them a bit of belief, and it will build the momentum going to, the last 15 minutes of the game, and hopefully they can capitalize on this great goal.
Well, there's the first small step to score the first goal. Took them just 25 minutes. to add to the Abutreka penalty from the first leg. 6-2 on aggregate.
As we said before, the Ghanaian they need a leadership at the back. They have a very, very inexperienced back four, very young guys. You need somebody, a very experienced player to command the back four, to command the free kick and defend online.
It's Montari. And then Essie's ball. Affel's cross. Cut out by Naguib. Won back by Michael Essien. Cleverly done. Still Essien. Just delayed as he finally went for goal. And here come Egypt on the break. With Hossam Ghali looking for Zaki again. Salah trying to get a touch.
The Egyptians have now momentum with their side. They believe they can score more goals as long as they string a couple passes together and put more pressure on the Ghanaian back four.
Rabia. Cross to Abdel Shafi. Affel lets that go out of play. Reminder, the live action just keeps on coming. Tomorrow night from 7, the FA Cup replay between Gateshead and Oxford, with the winners away to Wrexham. That's over on 1. Huge game from the Premier League on Saturday. The Merseyside derby live from Goodison Park in the Barclays Premier League from 11:30 on 1. And talking of huge games, it's the top two head-to-head in Germany from the Bundesliga, Dortmund and Bayern. That's Saturday on 1 from 5:30. You can watch all the action on btsport.com and, of course, the BT Sport app. 1-0 to Egypt in Cairo, 6-2 to Ghana on aggregate. Asamoah of Juventus. Fouled. Fati didn't agree with the Ivory Coast referee's interpretation. It's a free kick to Ghana.
It's a fair play, it's a free kick. Just right, surrounding with the ball and sliding tackle behind it, which is it's clear to say it's definitely a free kick.
If they don't reach Brazil, it will be the goodbye for Bob Bradley, in charge of Egypt tonight. He knows that, the supporters know that, the players do too. He won't want too many nervy moments though. Kwesi Appiah, the Ghanaian coach. I'd love to see this go in. It's a wild effort in the end, which was deflected for a Ghana corner.
Having a word exchange disagreement there.
The locals a little enraged that Suleiman Tari is in no real hurry to take this corner kick for Ghana. Finally, the former Portsmouth and Sunderland player delivers it poorly, cleared comfortably by Abutreka. Apari. And forward by Affel. Zaki, the goal scorer, keeps it in for Egypt. Shadid Kanawi. Heavy touch allows Essien to regain possession for Ghana. Finds Samela. He's fouled by Ghali.
I think Hossam Ghali should do better than that. He knows, experienced player. They need the ball. They don't need to start wasting time with fouling players and committing free kick, which is it's good for Ghana because they don't have to score any more goals. This game can finish like this and they'll be happy.
as you can see. There's a problem for Muntari. Meanwhile, Ayu's delivery again is very disappointing from a Ghanaian point of view.
For the standard of play of Ayu, and their delivery has been very poor. You expect them to at least put the ball in the box and make an effort to put it in there, you know?
So Ghana temporarily down to 10 while Muntari gets repaired. Long throw from Apari. Jan couldn't bring it under control. Ayu loses out to Kinawi. Foul on Abu Treka. Understandably, Egypt keen to get on with matters. Abdul Shafi. Crossing towards Zaki. Certainly asked Ghana a question. One they just about had the answer for. Before the foul on Essien by Fatih.
It's a very hostage environment for the Ghanaian. They've got to be able to deal with this pressure and be able to cope with the crowd making all kind of noises. And that's why you need experienced player of the light of Michael Essien to get hold of the ball and pass the ball, keep the composure and keep the ball ticking for the team. And
Ghani. Abu Treka, he's looking for Salah. Who's gone for the return here, Mohamed Salah. Exciting talent, playing for Basel, of course, in the Champions and Europa League in the last couple of seasons. Scored against Spurs and Chelsea in Europa League last season.
very heavy passes, very bad, clever play. You can see the frustration from the coach.
"1-0. Sounds easy, but 5-0 does it, courtesy of the away goal that they scored from the penalty spot.
That did give them a hope coming to this game, that one goal.
Albeit an extremely slim one. Mohamed Naguib. Abdel Shafi. Zaki. I fancy a go. Decent try as well from Amir Zaki.
Great shot by Amir Zaki, full of confidence at the Egyptian. They start believing, they start taking shot. Great shot as Amir Zaki. Make the keeper work, that's the most important thing.
Here comes the corner. Again, the goalkeeper with a confident punch. Dowda. Well, Kenawi might have got away with that. Still alive. Here is the fullback. Cut out by Muntari. 10 minutes to half-time of the second leg of this playoff to decide the fourth African participant in Brazil next summer. Dowda again involved. Apari was ahead of him to head it clear for Ghana. Now Ayu. There's a chase on here for Samela, who is quick.
Fantastic tackle there, right on time to get the ball. Nice and clean.
Remember, the big hitters, the Ivory Coast, Nigeria and Cameroon, already assured of their place in Brazil. This and then the clash between Burkina Faso and Algeria, the other ones to complete African qualifying. So much at stake. This is what they've worked almost 2 years for. Rabia. Egypt, of course, 4 years ago suffered playoff heartache at exactly the same stage when they were beaten by Algeria after 2 consecutive appearances at the World Cup. Here's Kanawi, though, trying to keep it in, which he did, and there was no Egypt player there to profit.
Sound like they need both guys in the box to make a difference. But so far they've been the better side. They passed the ball quicker, made more chances in the Ghanaian. Great tackle there. Fantastic tackle to see.
Abdul Shafi it was who came across, the Zamalek defender. Apari's throw for Ghana. Rabia first to it for Egypt. Just feel if Egypt could get another one before half-time, Fabrice, that maybe, just maybe, there'll be a little indecision in the Ghanaian ranks.
Just maybe they will make a big noise coming out second half.
Essien. He was looking towards Asamoah Gyan. We've hardly mentioned Asamoah Gyan's name in this game so far.
Yeah, it's been very quiet for Asamoah Gyan, but credit to the Egyptian. Don't take anything away, because that what they've played for the first 37 minutes of the game. They control the ball and they stop Ghana creating any chances. They make sure they play long balls like this ball. And the Egyptian been second, first from every single header.
Good work by David Addy, who's beaten to it by Zaki. Well, what's the referee from the Ivory Coast going to do here? He's producing a card, but it's yellow. Most of this stadium in Cairo wanted that to be a different colour.
It's very, very naive here. Very, very naive defending. As I said before, the Ghanaian back four need to be put under pressure. And so when you put under pressure, they start making mistakes like this. And committing fouls that don't need to be committed to the foul, because at the end of the day, you should just get rid of the ball. I mean, it's like he's running a bit too much here there.
So Addy, the 23-year-old defender who plays for Portugal, just his 8th cap, and he's shown the yellow card. And Egypt have a set play opportunity. But before that, they are going to make a change. Karaba, the teenager, goes off, and Ghedo of Hull City, who's on loan from Al Ahly, the 28-year-old who helped Hull into the Premier League last season, is on in his place. Abu Treka with a delivery. Apple. Danger isn't clear here for Ghana. Ghedo just beaten to it. It's an attacking change from Bob Bradley.
Yeah, he feels like his team has got a momentum so far. He feels he can contribute from that and bring in more attacking player to cause the Ghana back for more trouble.
Essien inside the last 5 minutes of the first half of the second leg in the Cairo International Stadium. He insisted on a friendly match after the first leg as well, which took place 4 days ago here. They beat Zambia by 2-0. And Miyazaki scored in that game as well. Just to try and restore a little bit of confidence, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a clever idea by the coach to get the boys a good friendly game against a decent opposition.
This is Salah. Good burst of pace, goes down. I think he's given a yellow card for diving here. Well, he's certainly not given the penalty. He told Salah to get back on his feet.
I think the Ghana got away from the hook here. They actually got away from it. The Ghana, they should. I'm sure Ghana coach wanted to get on half-time and get the ball settled down.
Here's Jan, though, trying to get goal side of Rabia. He recovered enough to make the challenge.
It's all Egypt right now. They just need to keep this momentum going and hopefully they can score.
Montari. In from Affle. Away by Naguib. He was fouled as well. Let's have a look at this, Fabrice.
That's not a penalty. He's trying to lie to the referee because he felt that very, very easy. Obviously, the reaction from the coach, he thinks like he's lying to him. He should get a penalty.
And tonight, where Egypt will try anything and everything to pull off the unthinkable. Remember, 1-0 on the night, 6-2 to Ghana on aggregate. Rabia. Abu Treka. It's a lovely ball. It's well read by Dowda, the goalkeeper.
Well done, goalkeeper, coming in and trying to commend his box, his area to be demanding as any top goalkeeper will be. Pull by Michael Essien. You expect him to keep the ball better than that.
Given away cheaply again by Ghana.
Very cheap. I think they're causing themselves on trouble for no reason.
Kenawi. Akari with the challenge. He's going to get a yellow card for it as well.
It's all started from giving the ball away very cheap by Michael Essien and leading that to a counter-attacker, which is a naive defender who couldn't stand his ground properly and committed a foul, which give Egyptian another chance to go forward again. That's a blatantly dive there. It should never been.
So Apari, along with Adi, and a yellow card for Ghana. Bob Bradley's team in the last minute of the first half have another free kick. They've had plenty of them in this opening period. Be a perfect time to reduce the arrears further. Abu Treka's delivery, goalkeeper didn't get that one. Back from Abu Treka again, hooked away by Montari. All the way back from Kenawi. Long from Ehrami, the goalkeeper, won by Zaki. Ayu. Two minutes of time to add up. The end of the first half of the second leg. It's not a period that Bob Bradley agrees with. I think he feels after a couple of lengthy stoppages there's possibly more. Every minute is crucial for Egypt today.
Yeah, every single minute for the Egyptian are very important because that could be a change and a massive difference to the World Cup qualifier so far.
Abdul Shafi stopped in his tracks. The 28-year-old picks it up again for Egypt. Fati. Trying to find the run of Ghedo, not succeeding. Jan's jump. Last minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. powerful. Giving the ball away time and time again, Ghana, in this first half.
That's why they've been under pressure a lot, because the amount of time they gave the ball away.
Kinawi. Salah, back to Kinawi. Gathered in the end by Dowda.
Fantastic play by the Egyptian. Quick 1-2 around the box, and he just couldn't connect to the ball properly. Clever play. Quick 1-2. I just didn't hit the ball on target, but just wasn't powerful enough.
Well, there is the half-time whistle in the Cairo International Stadium. Egypt in front on the night in the second leg, but still with a huge deficit to try and claw back in the second half. It is, of course, 6-2 on aggregate. Amir Zaki's goal after 25 minutes, raising hopes somewhat. Ghana have looked fragile and nervous, but they are still in a commanding position. When we come back, we'll look back at the highlights and also round up what else has happened in the African qualifiers. But on the night, at the break, it is Egypt 1, Ghana 0.
Sports. It's in the game. Pre-order now for Xbox One.
The Manor House and Ashbury Hotels in the heart of Devon. Extensive sport and leisure facilities are included in the price of your break. Enjoy 5 indoor and 5 outdoor tennis courts and golf on our 7 18-hole courses. Autumn to spring full board breaks with free golf buggies makes for a great value getaway. Call 0800 118 2462. or visit golfandtennishotel.co.uk for your free brochure.
If you're a landlord, standard home insurance isn't enough. But with Direct Line Landlord Insurance, if something goes wrong, we're ready to help. With your own specialist claims handler to help get your property back in order and keep your rent coming in. So whether you have one rental property or lots of them, we guarantee to beat the price of any other insurer. For the best landlord insurance provider, take the Direct Line.
I'm clearance level 6. I know that Agent Coulson was killed in action before the battle in New York.
Welcome to level 7.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This week on 4.
At Pounds to Pocket, we believe that a personal loan should have a personal touch. We believe you should be able to borrow the amount you need and borrow it for a period that suits you. Say anywhere from 6 to 12 months. And being a personal loan, we feel it's important that you can talk to our customer service team 24/7. At Pounds to Pocket, we've made it so you can design the personal loan you need. Visit poundstopocket.co.uk. Loans with a personal touch.
Here on the side of the B202, the situation is just as feared. James Bolton's car has broken down. However, a green flag van is on its way.
We know that to you a breakdown is an emergency. That's why we guarantee to reach you within 1 hour. If not, you'll get 50% of your next renewal. And if you don't call us out, you'll get a no-claims discount. See how much you could save today. Green flag, no matter what.
Watchshop.com. There's nowhere else quite like it. Over 10,000 watches, over 100 designer brands. For stylish wrists, for tough wrists, for smart wrists. From their first watch to their favorite. All with free delivery and amazing prices for your perfect watch or as a gift. Visit watchshop.com. Every time.
Empire, 4 kingdoms. Build a mighty castle. Conquer countries and continents. And rule the world. Become a legend in Empire 4 Kingdoms. Now available in the App Store. Empire 4 Kingdoms.
Citizen EcoDrive. Innovative design, powerful technology. Citizen EcoDrive harnesses the power of light and converts it into energy. It recharges continuously in any kind of light to run forever. Citizen EcoDrive, a watch that never needs a battery. Be unstoppable.
'Tis the season to be cheerful this December on BT Sport. We've got an amazing 8 games in the Barclays Premier League, from Tottenham, Man United to Man City at home to Arsenal and Liverpool. We brave the Scottish winter as we follow Celtic and Rangers. And the Aviva Premiership is the gift that keeps on giving, with 7 matches including Sarri's Tigers. The festive season, all wrapped up this December with BT Sport and ESPN.
Welcome back. 1-0 Egypt lead Ghana on the night in the second leg of this playoff in Cairo, but still trail 6-2 on aggregate for a place in next summer's World Cup finals. Reminder for you to turn your attention to the Philippines, where Typhoon Haiyan devastated the country on the 8th of November. Over 11 million people have been affected, including hundreds of thousands forced from their homes. Those survivors need your help for shelter, clean water and food. If you can give £5, text BT to 7007700. Sending the text is free, but do check with the bill payer before sending. So, Ghana very much in control here. Let's bring you up to date with what else has been happening over the weekend in the African playoffs. Nigeria are comfortable in the end against Ethiopia, a 2-0 second leg win. 4-1 on aggregate, on their way after this penalty, Fabrice, which was eventually dispatched by the on-loan Liverpool player Victor Moses.
I think playing at home and in Nigeria, they'll feel comfortable and taking this opportunity to protect a penalty, and Victor, cool and calm and composed, to send the goalkeeper the wrong way and then to score the goal, which is good.
And that really did put Nigeria in the driving seat, and they sealed it with Abina's goal at the end. It's one the Ethiopian goalkeeper won't want to see again.
I think any goalkeeper, any standard, if you see this replay again one more time, is right in the middle. I would understand if it was far from it, but take anything going from the guy. Fantastic goal by Abina.
Super Eagles safely in Brazil next season. So too are the Ivory Coast, having overcome Senegal. You watch this game, Fabrice, they didn't have it all their own way.
No, Ivory Coast didn't have it their own way. Senegalese absolutely put so much pressure on the Ivorian backcourt, and this was a clear penalty. Something that Drogba should know better, that, not for anybody in the box, somebody's caliber, but great penalty again. And to give Senegalese that 1 goal advantage, which was something that they really needed to the game.
That was Moussa Sarr keeping his cool to get Senegal right back in it, and they were in it right until the 94th minute, when the former Chelsea striker Solomon Kalou made sure of the Ivory Coast place in Brazil.
Yeah, at this point the Senegalese sent so many guys forward and let themselves empty at the back, and great goal by Solomon Kalou to send the Ivorian to Brazil next year, which is something that they really needed to score and to keep them going on this game again.
So Nigeria there, Ivory Coast there, and so too a Cameroon. It was 0-0 after the first leg in Tunisia, but within 4 minutes Webber got Cameroon's tone set for the day.
Webber, experienced player, he'd been in this position many times, so he had to compose his cool. And Cameroon playing at home, they've got the advantage of playing at home as well, which is good to see, and it's great to get Eto'o back in the squad as well.
They doubled their advantage. A fantastic individual goal from Mundanja.
Yes, a fantastic individual goal, great close control and fantastic goal. Don't take anything away. At this time now, the damage was already made. Fantastic goal.
Tunisia's faint hopes were raised when Akechi put this one away.
Yeah, clever play. One ball beat all the back four, which is clever to see. To give Tunisia last hope of qualifying for the World Cup.
When those slight hopes well and truly erased in the last 20 minutes, when Jean Macoun, once of Aston Villa, under Gerard Houllier, scored twice.
Yeah, Jean-Marc, one of the guys who's playing the Premier League, scored a fantastic goal to give the Cameroon that advantage again they really needed.
And this was just the icing on the cake.
Cool and composed, send everybody the wrong way and let himself an open goal to score a goal and to give them a 4-1 advantage.
So all three of those nations safely in Brazil. Ghana are still in a very strong position to join them, trailing 1-0 at half-time in the second leg, but 6-2 in front on aggregate. Let's see if Egypt can pull off the unthinkable. The second 45 is coming live next.
There's never a good day to lose your debit card, but there's definitely a bad one. And that's the day you need to pay for the birthday cake, the bouncy castle, and the present. But should the worst ever happen, just head to any of our selected Barclays branches and we'll replace your debit card the same day. Oh, you don't bank with Barclays? Oh dear. Awkward. To avoid that sinking feeling, make Barclays your bank.
When your van is a joke
and it's gone up in smoke,
that's a drama.
There's no need to make do, you can drive something new. Vanarama. They've got choice, such a lot of choice.
You'll find just what you're after.
So call a click today,
and try out Vanarama.
With deals like this new Ford Transit for £179 a month, everyone's singing our praises.
Vanarama.
This is an invitation.
Xbox on.
To a new generation, where your games and entertainment
Xbox got to Star Trek Into Darkness
are together in one. The all-in-one Xbox One.
Give me your hand when I've lost the way. Give me your heart to rely on. Whether the day is bright.
If jewelry you love is stolen, the loss can be devastating.
So
if it can't be replaced, AXA Home Insurance will work with you to make a copy.
Now and forever, little things mean a lot.
No matter what you drive, OP have the range of oils to suit you and your pocket. When your engine needs some TLC, visit opoils.co.uk.
Don't think all used car warranties are the same, because they're most definitely not. That's why I personally designed this one to be what I believe is the best in the UK. Warranty-wise, do lots of things differently. Unlike other warranty firms, we openly publish online exactly how much we pay out in car repairs. Not all warranty companies want to tell you that. Get a quote now. Call 0800 001 4550 or go to warrantywise.co.uk.
Can you feel that? That's great football odds and more ways to bet with Betfred. That's unique coupons, top offers and in-play betting. If you love football, you'll love a bit of Betfred. Sign up now for a free £25 match bet.
Peggy 3.
Forza Motorsport 5. Only on N.
Lots of guys, hair loss can be a real worry.
The Belgravia Centre can help. Visit belgraviacentre.com, specialising in nothing but hair loss.
glorious past, a bright future. The FA Cup, live on BT Sport.
Welcome back to Cairo to see if Egypt can restore some more pride. They lead Ghana by a goal to nil in this second leg. 6-2 on aggregate. It's a lot closer between Burkina Faso and Algeria. Burkina Faso 3-2 up from the first leg. The second leg in Algeria later here on 2 live from 6:15. And at the end of that game we will know all 5 of the African representatives for Brazil next summer. Already the Ivory Coast, Nigeria and Cameroon are there. And barring a huge comeback in this second half, Ghana will be there as well. Although it has been all Egypt in the first 45 minutes, able to force 1 goal from the former Wigan striker Amir Zaki. And it will be Egypt to get the second half of the 20th meeting between these two nations underway. Could well be the last 45 minutes of Bob Bradley's tenure. It's set up to be one of the most dramatic 45 minutes of international football ever witnessed, and straight away the Hull City striker Ghedo forces a corner.
Another way to start. You don't want to be under the pressure again. Now the Ghanaian find themselves again under the pressure, considering early corner, which is great defense by Asamoah Gyan.
Abu Treka and his supporters allowed to watch their team in a competitive game inside the stadium for the first time in 2 years. Have played their part with the noise they've generated. Salah. He went down rather easily. There was no foul by a party. Samela, he felt he was impeded, and the Ivory Coast referee did as well.
I think they need somebody to hold the ball for them more often, to ease up the pressure from the back four boys, and they bring the ball forward. I think that's what the Ghana need to do now.
Gyan, who scored 2 in the 6-1 first leg victory. 39 international goals in 76 games now for Asamoah Gyan. This is Suleiman Tari. Affle. Asamoah. If you were one of those Ghana players at the moment in this position, what would be your frame of mind, Fabrice?
Let's try to keep the ball as much possible as we can, because we're in a better position and they have to attack us. So we need to make them work for the ball. So that's probably the best advice. Don't try to go and try to score now, because you're gonna cause yourself more trouble. Just keep the ball, and from there we can create chances.
Abdul Shafi. Ghedo tried to go to the end of it. He's got a second chance. Brilliant block by Adi.
Fantastic block by Abe. It's again the Ghana, they find themselves in the back four under a lot of pressure.
Fati. Breakdown in communication with Kanawi.
Sometimes the easiest ball, the best ball are the easiest passes. It's not easy to do.
Samela dispossessed by Ghali, who takes the throw quickly. A marauding run by Fati. Now Salah. Fati once more for Egypt. Managed to get the cross in that time, but extremely comfortable for Dauda and the Ghanaian goal. They only qualified Ghana for the playoffs with a victory in the last group game, 2-1 over Zambia. Remember, Egypt were the only African nation who won 6 out of 6 in qualifying. That made the 6-1 scoreline in Ghana 35 days ago even more surprising. Nice ball from Essien. In from Affle. Jan. Shot never generated enough power.
I think he needed support from the midfielder, and the midfield player, they're playing so deep to the point where they don't get enough time to go forward and to support the likes of Asamoah Gyan, which he needed support right now.
Here's Salah. One of 4 forwards on the pitch. He ignored them all and went for goal himself.
I think any Ghanaian watching this game now, they know their country under a lot of pressure, and they just want to make sure they keep composed at the back end and try not to consider any goal so far. Rather than that, they will be okay.
Because Egypt have got players like that young man who are capable of a moment of inspiration and magic.
Yeah, which is an important player for the Egyptian, and he can change the game. And the more he sees the ball, the more trouble the Ghanaian are causing themselves.
Abdul Shafi. And Together. First half substitute. And Steve Bruce knows well. Top scorer in the 2010 African Cup of Nations, where he also got the winner against Ghana in that tournament. Remember, as it stands, Egypt need 4 goals in 40 minutes without reply. To pull off the unthinkable. Salah. Clip forward by Kinawi. Cut up by Adi. But both central defenders for Ghana on yellow cards. It's important they keep control of the situation. There are 11 men on the pitch.
Yeah, they need to, and they need to keep the ball better as well, the Ghanaian. Giving the ball away very easy in the middle of the park. Like Montari, you expect the player of his caliber to be composed and run the game through and pass the ball better, but he seems to give the ball away more often than a player of his standard.
Pari has got the long throw in his locker. He's looking for Jan, who was nowhere near him. Affle plays his football in Turkey. He's gone on the overlap ahead of Asamoah here. Floated in towards Ayew at the back post, who really believed he was going to get there.
That's poor by his standard, you know. You expect, I mean, in this game, some of the Ghanaian players have not really shown up and not shown the experience and what they're capable of doing with the ball.
Abu Treka. He did threaten to quit football altogether after the Port Said riots. Was tempted back into the game by Bob Bradley with the challenge of getting to Brazil. And they've got a corner for his team in the short term here.
That's the second corner in the space of 5-7 minutes.
Salah delivers it. It's a better one as far as Egypt were concerned. Ayew. Forward by the Marseille player. Samela is offside. It was a late flag. Referee arrived.
The referee should be quicker than that now.
Ayew has a problem for Ghana. Looks like the left hamstring.
That's not a good sign there to see.
Hosni Abdrabo is going to come on for Egypt, and Ghana are going to be forced into a change because that's the end of Andre Ayew's day, the Marseille player.
Another key player to be substituted early in the second half. It's not something that the Ghana wanted to see.
Ghana quickly getting a substitute ready. Egypt know every second crucial if this incredible task is going to become any closer to the dream becoming reality. It's going to be Wakasu, the 23-year-old who comes on for Ghana shortly.
It's very quick, very, very quick, Wakasu.
As you can see, Abdrado waiting patiently to come on as well. He replaces Fati for Egypt. So 2 of the 3 changes made by Bob Bradley. Really needs an alteration in this scoreline to check the levels of hope. Rabo plays his football in Saudi Arabia. 28-year-old on the ball. Into Abu Treka. Salah. Zaki with the shot, deflected and into the arms of Dauda. Ayew's day is over. That's won by Naguib. Ghali. Kenawi's cross almost reached Abu Treka. Here he is now, Ghali. Home supporters, perhaps understandably, a little frustrated. A shot didn't arrive there. Abdrabo's cross. And then Abu Treka with the volleyed effort.
Fantastic play by the Egyptian. They can command passes together. Sometimes they can overplay, but this moment it just was the ball wasn't on target at all. If it was on target, it would make a big difference. Just over the ball.
The anguish on the Egyptian bench. Of course, haven't competed in a World Cup final since Italia 1990. Here's Asamoah, and that hit Jean. That's behind Salah.
I don't think they need to be giving the ball away this time now. The Egyptians, they need every single second, every single time they got the ball on their feet, they've got to make something.
Well, the final roll of the Egyptian dice is going to be the introduction of Shikabala. Often controversial figure in Egyptian and indeed European football. Samela for Ghana. Chan waiting in the middle. No way way through for Wakaso. Zaki. Understandably, they're becoming a little anxious.
Yes, I think he's going to be frustrated, but as you can see what he brings to the team, very strong, powerful guy. He's able to hold two guys at the same time, so.
Wakaso. Wayward effort from the 23-year-old who plays his football for Ruben Kazan. It's been picked up by Ghedo. Useful run from him. Abu Treka, Salah. Desperate defending again from Ghana. So Egypt corner.
They're giving the ball away so cheaply in the midfield, and they're causing the back four to be under a lot of pressure, which they don't want to be right now. And the Egyptian, they were going to take momentum for that, and once it's got another goal, it's more pressure for the Ghanaian.
Shikabala waits. He'll be introduced after this corner. Delivered by Salah. In towards Zaki. Might still make something of the second ball. Abdrabo.
It's a poor ball by Abdrabo. Very poor.
So here comes Shikabala. A couple of years in Greece with PAOK Salonika. Earlier in his career, he was only recalled last year by Bob Bradley. Zaki, the goal scorer, departs.
It's a big call to take him off. The most important player of the pitch.
Looks as though he's injured, Fabrice, in fairness, doesn't it?
Yeah, he looked like
his hamstring.
It looked like his hamstring.
Certainly improved Egypt with his recall, Zaki.
I think he's been a big difference to the side and what he brings to the team, and his physical presence up front, and when the team under pressure, he can control the ball when it's been thrown at him.
So 3 changes made now. It is the 11 players remaining on the pitch for Egypt, who will try and perform the miracle in the last 29 minutes. Deny his team a place in Brazil. Montari.
I didn't see that making any impact for the goalkeeper. The ball's going right all the way through from the moment going away from the post.
They were on official flights from Ghana in and out of Egypt today because of the understandable security concerns. Plenty of those Ghanaian supporters wanted to be here to start the party, to look forward to a 3rd consecutive World Cup finals for their country. Hadn't appeared in any, of course, until Germany in 2006. And then in 2010, they became only the 3rd ever African nation to reach the last 8 before that penalties defeat to Uruguay. When you speak to any player, manager, supporter, the fact that this tournament is up and coming in Brazil just means that little bit more.
I think anybody who got a chance to go to Brazil to experience the atmosphere in there will tell you how much a World Cup means to be there. And
that was Essien getting ahead of Abu Treka. As well, Gomar, the 38-year-old who won't be coming on in what would have been his last match as international retirement. Here comes the corner. Decent jump by Naguib, but he couldn't keep the header down.
No, he couldn't get the header down at all. As we said earlier, going to Brazil, fantastic opportunity for the Ghanaian, for the Nigerian, Ivory Coast to showcase their talent in also so called a country who love football. It will be anybody's dream come true.
The only difference in this particular meeting of these two heavyweights is that nobody, all of Ghana included, expected this scenario with 25 minutes of the second leg to go.
If you ask any Ghanaian, they would have taken being a home advantage to play the first game in Ghana, because they've got a home advantage, they've got a crowd to grow for, and they played well and they put Egypt under a lot of pressure, and they deserve to win the game first half.
Affle with the throw. Disappointing ball by Asamoah. And the foul on Salah. Hossam Ghali.
As I said before, sometimes the simplest ball are the best pass in the game, and that's a waste of time, you know. Austin should know better than that. The player with his caliber, experience, should know they need to keep the ball to create chances.
Essien. Montari. Samela with the run for Ghana. Asamoah Gyan, the lone figure in the penalty area, comfortably taken by Ehrami. And the Egypt goal hasn't had a single save to make on his recall, but it is at the other end where Egypt need to affect the game. Late challenge by Abu Treka. It's been a roller coaster ride for Bob Bradley in charge of Egypt. As it stands, it'll be a disappointing end to his time in charge. Here's Gyan. Affle onside. Thinks he's got a corner, and the Ivory Coast referee agrees.
Bob Bradley took over a team, a country was going for a lot of transformation. A lot happened in the country of Egypt, and he had to deal with that on the political side of it, and on the football side, which also at one point the league side quite later than expected, well, which is not good for the national side.
Here comes the Ghana corner. There have been so many of those in this game, understandably so. Here's Montari. Now Salah. All alone. It's a sprint. Dowda comes out, and to good effect.
Clever play by Salah to drag the ball from his back foot all the way to the other side of the pitch to win a free kick for a throw-in for them.
Kenawi managed to get the cross in. Dowda did just enough under pressure. Here's a goalkeeper who likes to come off his line, Fabrice.
He's a very brave man.
Shikabala. Onto his left. Never really troubling Dowda.
He never really connected to the ball really well. He showed all the good sign of it, but the connection wasn't there.
Before the first leg, Egypt hadn't lost a competitive fixture since June 2012. 100% record as they cruised through qualifying to get to the playoff really did raise the hopes and expectations of the nation. Crashed down in those 90 minutes in Ghana. Shikabala. Crowded out in the end. Samela.
Clever play by the defender.
Now going back to what you were saying, he couldn't have envisaged the off the field because he would have to deal with, let alone the big ones on the field when he took the job.
Yeah, it affected the football side of everything, and starting the league quite later than expected had a lot of impact on the World Cup qualifier as well. Knowing that most of his players play in the local league as well. So
here come his team here with Kanawi, Shikabala. O'Connor did just enough, the Ghanaian defender.
that's poor from Montana, the ball away, and that's just causing more pressure to his back four.
Team effort from Abdraba. Reminder of the live football up and coming tomorrow night from the FA Cup first round replay. League 2 Oxford go to Gateshead of the conference. It's live on 1 from 7. The winners are away to Wrexham. Huge game from the Barclays Premier League on Saturday. The Merseyside derby. Roberto Martinez's first experience of that from Goodison. The build-up starts 11:30 on Saturday on 1. And talking of big games, the top 2 in Germany from the Bundesliga head-to-head later on Saturday. Dortmund entertaining Bayern, the champions. Pep Guardiola's first experience of that game. It is live from 5:30 on 1 on Saturday. Don't forget, of course, you can watch all the action on btsport.com and the BT Sport app. Egypt will be watching the World Cup from afar, unless there is the most incredible twist in the tale in the remaining 18.5 minutes or so. 1-0 on the night in Cairo, but 6-2 on aggregate to Ghana. We're coming forward here. That's cut out by Naguib for a Ghana corner. Extraordinarily difficult situation for the Egyptian players tonight. Ghana are making a change. Badu of Udinese replacing Muntari, who, it's fair to say, Fabrice hasn't had his most effective evening.
No, Solly didn't have not had the best game, but his experience in the team has been a key member of the squad, and another important player been replaced by.
He's actually being shown the yellow card for his delay in going off.
That's just time wasting. He's walking away.
So the 22-year-old Badu of Udinese on for the last 17 minutes or so. Essien beaten to that one. This is Shikabala. Ghetto. Salah. Abdul Shafi for Egypt. Kanawi. Useful cross. Goalkeeper Kane got nothing on it. Now there might be a Ghanaian break on the cards. Matthew's first touch is to drill it straight at Ghali.
Fresh leg. Hopefully he can make an impact in the middle of the park.
Abutreka. Ghali. Now Ghetto. Sam Ghali with the little chip, looking for Ghetto. Good save by Dowda, followed up by Salah, and then cleared virtually off the line by Apari. Better Egyptian pressure, and then hammered away by Michael Essien.
Egyptian are putting pressure now on the Ghanaian back four, which is him able to handle them, but at that moment, he needed one of your defenders to stand up and be counted, which he did as well.
Ghali. There was a late challenge earlier on, so it'll be a free kick to Egypt. And a yellow card for Wakaso. That's the reason why.
I think that just showed being very naive and very inexperienced, because you're just causing more trouble to your back four and to your defense.
In from Shikabala. Free header at the back post. The offside flag was up anyway. Naguib it was who, Abutreka rather it was, who got his head. Country's all-time record goal scorer. He's just helped Al Ahly to an 8th African Champions League win over the Orlando Pirates. Won't be getting the international stage next summer for his country. That's why Wakaso was booked. Here comes the Ghana corner. Asamoah. Flag is up against Shan.
They weren't quick enough to get up to be the offside line.
That Egypt goal after 25 minutes seems a long time ago. They haven't really been able to raise any flickering hopes of the remarkable happening.
Yeah, the damage is already made. It's been done from the last game. Ghana playing at home, and they took every single advantage. And a lot of defensive mistakes and led to Ghana to have a massive 6-1 lead.
Shikabala. Couldn't get the return ball. This is Shan. Huge burst from Adi, the defender here. Apari rather.
It's a clever play.
Ghanaian change is removal of Samela. And on comes one of the goal scorers from the first leg, Abdul Waris of Spartak Moscow. 3 goals in his last 3 games for his country. unfortunate not to start the game with that kind of record tonight.
Yep.
Ghana changed their minds and their numbers there. It is Kevin Prince Boateng who has come on for the last 11 minutes. He was injured for the first leg. Now of Schalke, of course, formerly of Spurs and Milan. Not a bad substitute to bring on in this situation.
You're changing an experienced player from like Bundesliga, Premier League player, somebody who's got so much experience.
Salah's shot for Egypt. And there's the touch of Boateng. And here he is again. Essie's ball. Foul on Wakaso. Free kick to Ghana. A yellow card for Rabia.
I think there's a sign of frustration there to leave one on his attacking there. With 10 minutes to play, I don't think you want to consider free kick and to put yourself under more pressure.
Boateng's delivery. Well, it's the last 9 minutes of his tenure. He called for pride to be restored. Have they done that, Fabrice, Egypt?
They've shown early sign in the first half, but you know, as we said before, the damage was already made from the first game, and 6-1 is a massive, massive mountain to climb, especially in a World Cup qualifier. It would have been a whole different story if the first leg was in Egypt, I think.
Their long wait for a World Cup appearance will go on. Shikabala. 3 games in Italia 90, Republic of Ireland, Holland, Bobby Robson's England. Not since then have they competed on the biggest stage of international football. All concerned with their country.
They don't look too happy there.
Will wait as well.
Not the happy guys.
Geddo chasing this with Adi. And as well, looking ahead to Egypt, they will be changing their coach after this game. 8 of their squad for this match were 30 or over. And expect Gomar and Abatreka to retire. They might have a chance here with Geddo. They have. The Hull City striker has made it 2-0 on the night. With his 18th international goal, he just restored a little more pride for the hosts.
The Egyptian, when they shrink 2 passes together, they open up the Ghanaian back four, and that is a very cool, composed finish by an experienced player. Just unfortunate to be on the losing score, on the losing side, because he's been one of the best players for the Egyptians so far in this game. Fantastic player. When they shrink 2 passes and they open up Ghana, very easy.
And you sense that will be the real frustration when they look back on these 2 matches. They've shown at times in this game what they've been capable of. They let themselves down badly in the first leg.
Yeah.
They haven't made more of a fist of it.
No, they haven't at all. But credit to the Ghanaian first leg, because Ghanaian started very, very bright. Come out the box with they created chances, scored the first goal, and also mistake at the back at the Egyptian the first leg kind of cost them the both tie.
Well, less than a minute after scoring the goal, Gadot is in the referee's notebook. Man who helped Hull into the Premier League last season during his loan spell. (6-3) the aggregate scoreline now. And Salah. Free kick to Ghana. Jean, he's now been penalised. There's little need for him to lose his temper in this kind of situation.
I don't think we don't need to see him lose temper, because he's a very, very important player to the Ghanaian national side.
Going back to the point I was making, looks as though Bob Bradley is leading the job, and they have got plenty of ageing players, haven't they? Egypt's transitional period ahead.
I think it's important for the Egyptian Football Association to also invest on players going away from home, because that will benefit the football, the nation of the club, the football, and also improve the national team, because sometimes different ideas can also improve the quality of the football.
Shikabala. Kanawi's ball forward as we head towards the last 3 minutes. A real contrast of emotions as Egypt look towards another campaign, another manager. Ghana will look towards a third successive World Cup finals. Heading towards Gadot.
I think what goes on players' mind here is, if we could have done this, if we could have done that, what if? Sometimes just when you have the opportunity to make a difference in the football game, just go out there, give your best. And I think the Egyptians let themselves down in the first game because of how bad they defend, and very naive sometimes on the possession play. But the Ghanaians took advantage of it, and they got punished for it 6-1. And coming to this leg was always going to be a huge task.
Apple. This is Jean, trying to set up. The substitute, Kevin Prince Boateng, who makes Ghana do score on the night and begins the party that will end in Brazil next summer.
This is definitely has sent the Ghana to Brazil next year. Cool and calm finish by Prince Boateng. Clever run, good pass. Asamoah Gyan to find Prince Boateng in the box, no one to mark in. Good goal. Well done, Ghana.
Just his second international goal. His first came against Bob Bradley too, against the USA in the World Cup finals in South Africa.
I think that's a difference.
They can now look forward to another World Cup.
I think that's a difference with the Ghana. They've got a player who can come in and make a big change. To have someone like Prince Boateng as a substitute, it shows the quality that Ghana possess in their squad.
A little bit of frustration being shown there. Final few seconds now. Over the two legs. Well, there's still another 5 minutes before Egypt are put out of their misery. But over the two legs, Ghana have been thoroughly professional and clinical, Fabrice.
Yeah, they have. The experienced players, they needed to stood up and play a better football sometime. They were very clinical. They didn't create as much chances, but when the opportunities were given to them, they scored there. That's a big difference.
Salah, Shikabala beaten to it. Badu. Over elaboration from Michael Essien. Salah picks out Ghedo. Salah once more. Shikabala with a chance. One he cannot take.
Absolutely a sitter there. He just missed a massive opportunity. He was all alone by himself. All he had to do is stay composed and put the ball at the back of the net. I could say that to you, but it's not easy. When you're in there, we all miss that opportunity.
We're looking ahead to next summer. As I mentioned, in South Africa, they were only the third ever African nation to reach the last 8. What would you expect of Ghana in Brazil?
Well, we expect Ghana to go out there to give a good count on themselves and to represent Africa in a very good way and to show they've got a team, they've got the players. You know, if they can defend better, you never know what you can get in a World Cup.
As they proved in South Africa, I guess.
Yes, they have.
They've got the team, they've got the players, and as we've just seen, they've got the T-shirts ready as well.
Yep, they came well prepared.
Not surprisingly, as they arrived here with a 6-1 lead from the first leg. There they are. Ghana on the road to Brazil, and definitely in Brazil. Not really that that was in any doubt before this second leg. Jean. Got 3 goals in South Africa, Asamoah Gyan. And of course he did miss that quarter-final penalty in extra time against Uruguay. And they've got another chance on the bigger stage. And there's his touch to Affle. He was a manager at the last World Cup in charge of the USA. If he's to be in Brazil, it will have to be with another nation, not with Egypt, for Bob Bradley. Do you get opportunities occasionally on the eve of the big tournament? I remember in South Africa, Sven-Göran Eriksson taking charge of the Ivory Coast for one.
A lot can happen from here to, you know, go to a World Cup and manager will be sacked, and if you give an opportunity to manage any country in the World Cup, surely you have to take it.
Given his track record and potential availability, you wouldn't rule out Bob Bradley being there. As Dowder makes that save.
Not long to go now. Cool and composed. Try to see the game through now. As you can see, the enjoyment is going through the crowd as well.
Last minute of stoppage time at the end of the two legs. Shikabala for Egypt. It's the end of the road for them. Just the beginning for Ghana. Party. His last experience, the final few seconds in charge of Egypt. Just the fourth African nation to reach 3 World Cup finals in a row. Ghana have accomplished that, following on for Cameroon, Nigeria and Tunisia. They will be in Brazil next summer. Egypt victorious on the night, but thumped 7-3 on aggregate. It was always going to be a bridge too far after the events of the first leg. And it is Ghana, the quarter-finalists from South Africa in 2010, who will be competing on the biggest stage in Brazil in 2014. A reminder of the live football tomorrow night on BT Sport comes from the FA Cup first round replay. Football League Oxford got a Conference Gateshead. It's over on One Live from 7 o'clock with the winners away to Wrexham. The winners today, though, are Ghana, overall by 7-3. They have completed their road to Rio. See you next time.
This is an invitation.
Xbox on.
To a new generation, where your games and entertainment
Xbox got to Star Trek Into Darkness.
are together in one. The all-in-one Xbox One.